Hi there, this is Pavan. Welcome to Technofiles Hub. Today we are going to talk about Sublime Text. In my previous video, I spoke about different tools that we can use in our development environment, and one among them is a good text editor. Sublime Text is one such good text editor that you can use. Although you are free to choose whatever text editor that you like, since I'm using Sublime Text for some time, I'm going to talk about Sublime Text today. So let's get started. I have few points that I have noted down about text editors, uh, and I'm going to talk about them. One good advantage about uh, a text editor is that it will have multiple cursors. What I mean by multiple cursors is, let me open a particular file. Suppose let's say I want to modify all the occurrences of data. Let's say that I want to change data to some other name. What normally we would do is that we'll use Control H and type data and replace it with some variable, okay, and press on replace all. So this will change that particular data variable into some other thing. But what you are doing here is that you are actually using find and replace functionality of the text editor. But if you are looking at it in some other way, as soon as I selected that particular variable in Sublime Text, it is showing me all the occurrences of the same variable. I just need to press Alt F3 to select all the occurrences of that particular variable and change it to data. This is similar to find and replace functionality, but you can see that there are multiple cursors at that particular same data variable. Like I can, as soon as I type something, the changes are being reflected over there, like variable or maybe data. Okay. Uh, this may not be the right example for me to show it to you, but let's say that I want to change the occurrences of this data only at these two locations. So what I would do is that I select that particular location where I want to change, and I hold control and I select at the other location. Now I start deleting the variable and change it to variable. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Like this parallel or multiple cursors will allow you to change whatever that you want at whatever location maybe the data is. Suppose let's say that I want to change content of the default over here and uh, something like index over here. I just used control to select those two locations and I can start typing whatever that I wish to, and the content appears at that location. So that is the parallel cursor or multiple cursor. You have shortcuts like Control D to select the occurrence of the word. Like if I press Control D, it will select a particular word with the matching cursor location. And then if I press Control D again, it will select the next occurrence of the same word in the file. I keep on pressing Control D and it will keep selecting all the occurrences of this in this particular file iteratively or incrementally. And I can just start typing and it will change the content at whatever selected locations. And yeah, I can use Alt F3 to select all the occurrences of this particular variable. How I remember Alt F3 is that in registry editor you use F3 to search, F3 to search and F3 to find the next occurrence. So it's just Alt F3 to select all the occurrences and Control F3 to select the next occurrence. Suppose let's say that I have selected this particular variable over here. It's Control D. I selected that particular this, and I just need to press Control F3 to select the next occurrence of that particular word. So this is selecting, and then we have selection of multiple lines. All that functionalities will be there in a good text editor. So that is one such advantage with Sublime Text, and as you can see that it is syntactically highlighted clearly, that you can see that here it is set, the language is set to PHP. meaning that there are different syntaxes that are available in Sublime Text. You can see that there are different syntaxes that are available in Sublime Text, and whenever you are typing a particular language, you will have a certain file extension, and as soon as you set that particular file extension, then syntax will be highlighted for you. If I do not have a file extension, then even then I want to change syntax. All I just need to do is that select that particular PHP over there and change it to different language. And you can set language in, I mean, syntax in multiple ways. I mean, although you are using your mouse to select that particular PHP over there, everything can be accessed using keyboard, and using keyboard is one good thing. I mean, if you can reduce your mouse usage, then you will improve your timing, or you'll improve some time in certain activities. So avoid using mouse. So a command palette will come into picture in that case. All I just need to do is Control Shift P, and it will bring me the command palette. Every functionality that is available in the text editor is available using command palette. Suppose let's say I want to change the syntax of this particular PHP, I mean PHP to HTML. So I all I need to do is that I just type syntax and HTML. Since this is fuzzy search, it will just look for the keywords in the commands list, and it will bring up whatever that matches to whatever that you type. And if I said that, it will change the syntax to HTML. Hmm. Because file extension is set to PHP, it is not doing that. Uh, Anyways, it's none of our concern right now. So, suppose let's say I want to remove the sidebar. Um, View toggle sidebar. I just need to press that, and it will give me the entire space for sidebar. And Control K, Control B is the shortcut command for sidebar. And whenever you're typing for a particular command, and it will show you a shortcut if there is available shortcut for that. So these are some of the things like command palette, where you can access every command using the command palette. And syntax highlighting is one thing that I want to talk. And plugins, I mean, in the modern day, text editors, plugins are getting really, really, really handy. In Sublime Text, they are called packages. If you're talking about Notepad++, they're called plugins. They're given different names in different text editors, but all that matters is that they are like add-ons to your browser, and like they are additional features to your existing text editor based on your need. I mean, you can install those plugins based on your need. Um, Sublime Text is very lightweight. I mean, it will open really fast, and it is really smooth in all the functionalities. Although um, I have installed so many plugins. What I mean by plugin or package is that suppose let's say that we have a plugin called Emmet. I mean a package called Emmet. What it does is that let me open a HTML file here. Um, if I want to create a div inside a div inside a div, what I do is that I open a div tag, and I open another div tag, and I open another div tag, and I start closing them. Of course, here it automatically typed that, but if you are using a normal text editor like Notepad, you would have to type that particular slash div also. Uh, this is like certain work to you, but there are some intelligent people out there where they thought that okay, this is repetitive and monotonous task. So what they did is that they just created a syntax for that. All I need to type is div greater than symbol and greater than symbol and greater than. This is like a hierarchy definition, and Emmet uses a shortcut called Control E. As soon as I press Control E, it resolves that particular line. So you can see that it automatically created those lines for me. So this is one plugin that this is one package that we have with Sublime Text. Not only this, like suppose let's say that the first first div should have a header as its ID. So I'll type header, and the second one should have let's say logo with class. So all I need to type this and press Control E, it will resolve that for me. So you can go and browse website emmet.io to know about the syntax. Um, I mean, I'm talking about the functionalities that are provided by plugins. Suppose let's say you want to insert dummy content. Ideally, you would type a lorem and it is showing a snippet to me right now, but let's say I want to have 200 words of lorem ipsum. I just need to type lorem and it will create the content for me. So 200 lorem 200 will create me 200 words of lorem, like that. Basically, you just need to go and find and all that stuff. It gets easier with the plugins. All I'm trying to say is that plugins will make your life easier. So Emmet is one such plugin that you can use for your HTML and CSS development, and there are many such plugins. Like I want to talk about Emmet and I want to talk about CTAG. Suppose let's say that there is some method called set underscore template. This is a standard functionality of CodeIgniter, but if I want to modify that, I would have to go through a lot of files and it gets really difficult. And this load.js is an additional template functionality provided by some person that I have copied into the code. But if I have to find the location of that particular method, it would get really difficult. So with the C tags, with C tags, it gets easier. Like if I press Control T double time, it will take me to that location where that particular code is written. Um, like before doing this, you need to know about the syntaxes and the settings that plugins will use. Basically everything is organized in such a way that uh, key bindings, this key bindings default will indicate that it is Sublime Text key binding default, where you can find out list of commands that Sublime Text uses. And similarly, there can be key bindings for your package. So the package that I just spoke about is ctags. So ctags will have their own key bindings. So if you go in there, it will say that navigate to definition. If you press Control T twice, it will navigate to that definition. That's just what I did. Previously I had it set for control plus click, but there is another syntax, another command that is being used for control click. As of now, if I press control and click, it will select multiple cursors. But if I have to override that, then I can select control and click to navigate to that particular function. So you just need to make sure that no other command is being overwritten by your custom command. Or what I'm trying to say is that you can set custom commands and you can override the existing command. So you just have to make sure that you are overwriting or you are not, you are creating a fresh one. You just need to make sure about that. So before if I press Control T twice, it will navigate to that particular location. But before that, I need to prepare this dot tags file. This will be built by a binary file called ctags.exe, which will actually go through the folder or the go through the project, and it will build all the list of functions that are being used in the project. So for that, I just need to type Control T and Control R, which I'll just open that. C tags, key bindings default, load, load, rebuild tags, Control T, Control R. It will build the tags for the first time. Once it is built, then you can double click. I mean, you just need to press Control T twice to navigate to that particular function. So this gets easy when you are, developing complex multiple pages, multiple includes kind of stuff. So this index is being called normally, but let's say that this set title, where is this particular set title is being called? I know that it is using the method this, which is nothing but the constructor of home method. Um, but really it gets difficult to navigate to that location. Come on. So I just need to press Ctrl T twice. It will take me to that location. Uh, that is one plugin that is developed by someone for Sublime Text. There are many such plugins that there are many such packages that are available, and installing packages gets so easy. It just takes 5 seconds for you to install. Control Shift P is the shortcut for bringing up the command palette where you can type install package. uh, this particular install package is being provided by another package called package control. You need to install package control manually for the first time, and once that package control is being installed, once it is installed, you can use package control to install any other package. So you can go and browse packagecontrol.io to install that particular. I have to get the code. Like all you need to do is you need to paste the installation code that they give to you. You just need to copy that, and you need to bring up the command console, and just need to place that code over there and hit enter. It will download the package control for you, and once it is installed, you'll have the package control available to you, and where you can install packages from this. So as an example, I can show you there are several packages that are available. I don't know what package to install. So but okay, I'll show you how you can install the package. First, let me remove any particular package that I've already installed. So I'm going to remove uh, sidebar enhancements. Let's see what happens. So sidebar enhancement has been removed. So I'm going to close Sublime Text and open it one more time. I am going to press right click here. You can see that there are very minimum features that are available to you. New file, delete folder, find in folder. But what happens if I install sidebar enhancements? So installing package got easier is what I said, right? I just need to type install package and type sidebar enhancements. So you can see that there is a small notification that it showed to you where it said that sidebar enhancement has been installed successfully. Now if I type, if I right click over here, you can see that there are many different options that are available. So this is a package that that has been added to Sublime Text. uh, so packages will make your life easier. Like for any different scenario, let's say that you want to know the documentation of a particular jQuery or PHP. You can load that documentation plugins and know more about uh, the functions or the keywords, whatever it is. Like that, it will the you can keep on adding packages based on your need. There are so many packages that are available via package control. You can go through them and see the popular trending packages. So That is one such feature that you have with Sublime Text. I mean, almost all the text editors, modern text editors have this feature. They have different names for it. Snippets is one among them. Like, suppose let's say that I want to create a HTML file. I just need to type HTML. Of course, snippets will be recognized based on the syntax of the file. So I need to set the language to HTML first. So set syntax HTML is I'm going to do. As you can see the language has been set to HTML. Now if I type HTML over here, you can see that there are different snippets that are available for HTML. HTML5 boilerplate, HTML. I just need to press enter. It will it will do all the it will bring up all the HTML snippet, like, and as you can see that cursor is right now exactly at title where I just need to type the title. Once again, I'm just showing you an example. It is just bringing up all the syntax that is needed for creating a HTML page. That is all about snippets, like, whatever piece of code that you want to reuse each time, you will store them as a snippet, and that snippet can be accessed frequently, by just typing. I mean, there is a way to create a snippet. uh, you just need to create a new snippet, and it will ask you for certain um, data, like, this will indicate that this is the tab position where, I mean, the first cursor position immediately after using that snippet, and the tab trigger, like, when, like, right now you can see that the snippet came when I typed HTML. What is that particular tab trigger? All you need to do that and save it as dot sublime hyphen snippet, then it will create that snippet for you. And all you need to do is that whenever you want to use, you just need to type that and it will bring up the snippet for you that is already saved, pre-saved. So it's like reusing the code. Like that, there are many such functionalities that are available, in a text editor. Like, suppose let's say you want to open a particular view in my Sublime Text. Like, let's say that, I know that there is a header PHP file which I have included to create a template. Like, there is a header, there is a footer, and at this point of time, let's say that I decided to add meta viewport tag, which I think I forgot. So I remembered that just now, and I want to open header.php file. Ideally, if you want to open a header.php file, you would have to traverse to that particular location and then open it. And otherwise, because you have this sidebar over here, you just need to expand that and select that particular header.php file. But if I have to use it functionalities that are provided by the Sublime Text, all I will type is I'll type Control P and open header.php. And as you can see right now, when I type header.php, it immediately opened that particular file in the background. All I need to do is hit enter and start modifying that particular file. While typing, it also showed me if there are any other file that are matching with the same name. Because this is fuzzy search, it matched with character by character, and it brought up all the files that matched with maximum number of character occurrences. So this header.php file is there in builds, development, application, views, themes. Imagine if you were to open that particular file, it will take longer time. So like that, you can save some time while you are trying to develop, and many things that will come on the way. So suppose let's say that suppose let's say that this is the home.php file, and there are so many methods inside this particular home.php. Let's say I'm going to copy this one more time and just going to name it as something else. Um, okay. Um, like that there can be so many methods inside this particular PHP file, and if I want to access that particular method, I would have to go through each one of the methods and look for the appropriate method and go and edit. If I were to search using Sublime Text, all I need to do is type at the rate of, it will show me the list of methods that are available in the current file. You can see that, my index get, it will dynamically keep changing as soon as the methods you add to that particular file, it will show the methods. Suppose let's say, the same is the case for your CSS properties, like it will show you all the tags that are there in the CSS. Mm, I never tried for HTML. Let's try what happens if it is HTML. Okay, nothing, no use. So, like that, there are tips. I mean, there are so many things that you can try with Sublime Text. Like, suppose let's say that I want to open this particular page in browser, but it has to open in localhost. All that things can be done using build. When I type Control B, it should open that particular file in browser. Like, I mean, this is the build that I have used. Like, whenever you are opening HTML file, I said that build system to Firefox. I mean, this is the custom build system that I have created. As soon as I type control B, it will open that particular file in browser. There are techniques using which you can customize that build to open it using localhost. Like if it is a PHP file, it should be run at the server side, right? You just don't need to open the file directly. So those sort of things can be done as well. Like that, there are many such features that are available, like macros. We didn't even touch about the macros. Macros are like, there are macros for deleting from current line location to, the end of the line, like that. Like there are techniques for everything. Um, it is smart. It is a smart text editor. Once you start using it and get used to that particular text editor, you'll get through. You'll familiarize yourself with lot of commands that and lot of plugins. I mean, plugins in the sense, a lot of packages. And once you got used to it, it will be tough for you to leave the text editor. If you are using Notepad right now, you will see the difference between this text editor and the Notepad that you are using. So that is all I wanted to talk. Hope you find this useful. Maybe it was lengthy, but thanks for watching. Have a nice day.